In this video series, I work through a math problem or problems each video. Some equations set polynomials equal to 0. To solve these equations, we factor the polynomial into linear factors, then set each linear factor equal to 0 and solve for x. Let's take a look at the examples. We need to solve the following equations for x. X squared minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. The right-hand side of the equation is equal to 0, and the left-hand side is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 10, which is a polynomial. So we can go ahead and just factor the left-hand side and go ahead and solve for x after that. So let's go ahead and factor x squared minus 3x minus 10. Since the coefficient of x squared is equal to 1, we know that the expressions, when we factor them, should start out x, and both of these expressions should be inside parentheses. To find out what the other numbers are, we factor 10 into its factors in pairs, so we either get 1 and 10 or 2 and 5. Once again, as in the previous video, whenever we have a chance, unless this middle term is really big or really small, we want to first check the factors that doesn't include 1 first, and that's 2 and 5. And since the sign in front of 10 is a minus sign, we know that the two factors will have opposite signs. So one of them will be plus, one of them will be minus, and so the numbers will move in the opposite directions on the number line. So we need to subtract. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3, so it matches the middle term. We need to make sure that the middle term 3 is minus, so we're going to make 5 the more negative number, or minus, and we make 2 the positive number, so we get x plus 2 and x minus 5 multiplied together is equal to 0. Once we factor the original polynomial like this, we can set each of the linear factors equal to 0. Then we can go ahead and solve both of these equations for x. For the first equation, we subtract 2 from both sides, which gives us x is equal to minus 2. And on the other side, or for the other equation, we're going to add 5 to both sides of the equation, which gives us x is equal to 5. So the two solutions to this first equation are x equals minus 2 and x is equal to 5. The second equation is x squared plus ax plus 7 is equal to 0. We have 0 on one side and a polynomial on the other side. So we can just go ahead and solve the problem. Once again, the coefficient for x squared is just 1, so that will factor into x and x. Since both 8 and 7 are positive, we know that the two numbers that we're going to be writing here are positive. And 7 is a prime number, so there's really only one way to factor 7 using just integers, or positive integers, and that's 1 and 7. And we can just go ahead and check the middle term. 1x plus 7x is equal to 8x. So when we factor x squared plus ax plus 7, we get x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 7. So we can set each of these linear factors equal to 0. And now we need to solve each of these linear equations for x. We subtract 1 from both sides of the first equation, which gives us x is equal to minus 1 or, and we can subtract 7 from both sides of the equation for the second equation and get x is equal to minus 7. So the two solutions to the second equation, x squared plus ax plus 7 equals 0, are minus 1 and minus 7.